Ashish Chaudhary from Mechanical Engineering Department of UPM's Maharshi Parshuram College of Engineering. We are going to discuss a heat transfer subject according to the Mumbai University syllabus for the mechanical branch of the semester 5. So in the heat transfer, we are going to discuss the meaning of the concepts of the heat transfer. Before going to study the details of heat transfer, we will see one of the example, a real life example according to the heat transfer. So we'll consider a canned drink. So if you take a canned drink from the refrigerant and if you kept open in the room, it becomes warm after some time, and same cold drink, same warm canned drink, if you kept into the refrigerator, a warm canned drink left in the refrigerator, it becomes warm. That means heat is going to transfer from a high temperature medium to the low temperature medium. So that means the energy transfer is available from high temperature medium to the low temperature one, and the energy transfer stops when two mediums are in equilibrium condition. So from the thermodynamics, we'll see about the energy. Energy exists. Energy exists in many forms, such as chemical energy, nuclear energy, magnetic energy, thermal energy, and energy in the form of work. So out of these energies, types of energies, we are mainly focus on a one type of energy, that is called as heat. So heat is one form of energy, and this is going to transfer accord from a system from a higher temperature to the lower temperature. And the science which deals with the study of rate of transfer of energy due to the temperature difference in the medium as known as the heat transfer. Now question will be arises that why to study the heat transfer subject. So to get this answer of this question, we first know about the thermodynamic subject. So first point is that thermodynamics and the heat transfer. Okay. So in the thermodynamics, we are mainly referred about the system. Suppose we consider a any system which is undergoing to the process, and we know that if process is going to occur into the system will be change its one of the state of equilibrium into the another state of equilibrium. So we consider there will be two properties of the system. Suppose we consider a temperature as one of the property of system, and entropy is one of the property of system, and this system is going through one of the process, and in that its state is going to change from 1 to the 2. During this process, some of the energy will be released or absorbed by the system. So we'll say the amount of energy will be released from the system. So during that study into the thermodynamics, we will find out during the state change of the system, the amount of energy will be released or absorbed will be find out. So that means according to thermodynamics, to the thermodynamics, we only find out the amount of energy transfer into or out of the system. Okay, but how much time will be required for this process? If we say it is 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, or 1 hour, or maybe 1 day, we don't know how much time will be required for this process. So for that we will require the many times will require the rate of energy transfer into the or out of the system. So question will be arise, how much time is necessary for the process into the system. So many of the engineering practices we are only concerned about the rate of heat transfer or rate of energy transfer. Therefore, to find out the rate of heat transfer, according to thermodynamics laws, it is very difficult to find out the rate of heat transfer. For that, we need to study the heat transfer subject. For that, we will consider one of the real-time example of the thermos bottle. Suppose we have the thermos bottle, and this will be insulated. So this is the thermos bottle, and this is the insulation over this thermos bottle. And suppose we consider a 90°C temperature coffee into the thermos bottle. So this 90°C temperature of the coffee will be changed to the 80°C temperature. Okay. So this 90°C temperature coffee is going to change its temperature from 90°C to the 80°C. But many of the engineer or the designer is most interested to find out the rate of heat transfer, or the how much time will be required to change the coffee temperature from 90 degrees Celsius to the 80 degrees Celsius temperature. So that's why from alone only the laws of thermodynamics, it is very difficult to find out the rate of heat transfer. So for that we required some more laws according to the heat transfer. So to study the heat transfer, so thermodynamics laws are necessary, but this is not only actually applied. The study of heat transfer cannot be based on the principles of thermodynamics alone. However, the laws of thermodynamics lays the framework of the science of heat transfer. The first law of a thermodynamics first law requires that the rate of energy transfer into the system equal to the rate of energy increase into the system. And second law of thermodynamics require to find out the direction of heat transfer. So we already discussed the heat transfer always available due to the temperature difference into the medium. That means energy heat transfer is available from high temperature body to the low temperature body. Okay, so as you take an example of a car which is parked on a inclined road must go downhill in the direction of decreasing elevation when its brakes are released. So similar to that, heat transfer through the medium is always available from a high temperature to the low temperature. Now applications of the heat transfer. There are so many applications of the heat transfer. First we take a example of the human body. Human body will be sometimes warm and sometimes cold. When we feel warm, we will take a air which is coming from the fan and we will feel as cold. Then air conditioning systems. power plants, refrigeration, then heating system, electronic devices. So these are the few examples of the or applications of the heat transfer. Now the engineering heat transfer. So heat transfer equipments such as the heat exchanger, boiler, boilers, condensers, radiators, furnaces, solar collectors. So these devices mainly designed according to the heat transfer analysis, and the heat transfer problems will be encountered in practice can be considered into two groups. The first one is a rating, and second one is sizing. The rating problems deals with the determination of the heat transfer rate, heat transfer rate for a available or existing systems for a specified temperature difference. And the sizing problems deals with the determination of the size of the system which is in order to transfer heat at a specified temperature difference. Now the specific heat heats of gases, liquids, and solids. To find out or the, to find out the specific heat, first we find out or first we take the ideal gas equation for the ideal fluid. So we will consider PV is equal to RT, or P is equal to gamma RT. Okay, so here P is the absolute pressure, V is the specific volume, R is the gas constant, T is absolute temperature, of the gas, and rho is the density of the gas. So many of the ideal gas are related with the PVT relation. Now about the specific heat. The specific heat is defined as energy required to raise the temperature of a unit mass of a substance by 1 degree. Okay, so we will take a container which contains a gas, any gas which has mass is 1 kg, and its temperature is going to change by 1 degree Celsius, and for that we will supply some amount of heat to this gas. Yes. Then this heat or energy is called as specific heat of that substance. Specific heat are of two types. The first one is specific heat at constant volume, are of specific heat are of two types. The specific heat at constant volume, we will consider it is a CV. So it is defined as energy required to raise the temperature of unit mass of a substance, keeping volume of that substance as constant. So that means if you keep a volume of the substance is constant, and if you supply the amount of heat to the substance of 1 kg mass to increase its temperature or decrease its temperature, increase its temperature with 1 degree Celsius, we'll consider that heat as a specific heat at a constant volume. And the now the specific heat at constant pressure, it is denoted by Cp, and it is defined as energy required to raise the temperature of unit mass of a substance by 1 degree, keeping pressure on the substance as constant. So here also in the specific heat at constant volume, we have to increase the temperature with by 1 degree. Cp value is always Cp value is always greater than the Cv value, always greater than the Cv value of a particular substance, because at a constant pressure the system is allowed to expand, and the energy for this expansion work must also be supplied to the system. Okay. And the relation between Cp and Cv, the Cp is equal to Cv plus R. So Cp is specific heat at constant pressure is equal to specific heat at constant volume plus the gas constant of that substance, and Cp divided by Cv is equal to gamma. This is the index of the substance. For air, this index for air, gamma is always considered as 1.4. So specific heat will apply for the closed system and the flow system. For closed system, if you consider a particular mass will be fixed of this can, mass available as fixed, there is no change in this mass. We consider 1 kg mass of the substance which is available into the can, and we will supply the energy to this can. Then its temperature is going to change. This is change in temperature. So closed system means we will keeping the volume of the substance as constant, then the change in specific heat at constant volume multiply with its change in temperature is considered as the change in internal energy of the system. Change in internal energy of the system. So this small u is considered as a specific internal energy, and total change in internal energy is considered as m Cv delta T. And for flow system where we say mass is not fixed, that means pressure on the system is going to change. In that, the product of specific heat at constant pressure multiply with change in temperature is considered as the enthalpy change of that system. So this small h is considered as a specific enthalpy, and total enthalpy will be considered as mass of the substance, mass flow rate of the substance with Cp into dt delta T. This total amount of energy is considered as amount of heat transfer for the closed system, And for flow system, this total enthalpy is considered as the total amount of energy transfer for the flow system. Now about the energy transfer. The energy transfer which is available due to the driving force of a temperature difference is called as the heat transfer. There are some other forms of energy transfer, just as work, electrical energy transfer, electrical energy. So out of that, here we are only concerned about the heat transfer. So total amount of heat, total amount of heat is always denoted as total amount of heat transfer is denoted as capital Q, and the rate of heat transfer is considered as Q dot, capital Q dot. So here the relation between the total amount of heat transfer and the rate of heat transfer is taken as capital Q is equal to integration is time taken as initial time is 0 to the change in time with Q dot dt. And if you solve this equation, we will find out total amount of heat transfer is equal to Q dot change in time t. This is available in joules. So total amount of heat have unit is joule, and the rate of heat transfer have unit is watt. Now about the heat flux. Now about the heat flux. Heat flux is denoted as small q dot, and heat flux is defined as the rate of heat transfer per unit area of per unit area which is normal to the heat transfer. So that means q dot equal to capital Q dot divided by A, which has unit is watt per meter square. So here A is area which is available in terms of meter square. So this is about the heat flux. So thank you.